Guys, I'm gonna be honest. I really don't want to be making this video. My old motovlogging helmet setup was so good. I had that thing dialed. The video looked fantastic. The audio sounded great. You know what? I'm not gonna tell you. You guys watch a couple clips of some of the videos that we recorded with this thing to see for yourself the type of quality I could get.
This bike is just strange, man. When you're on a twin style engine, and then obviously you have your speak, which will turn on your phone stuff, I guess, and then traction control off. Sweet. This bike turns in so easy, though. I find myself turning in a little too much on some of these turns.
Unfortunately, after running into a car 2 weeks ago, it turned my amazing motovlogging helmet setup into this. So, because of that, it is time for a brand new helmet setup video. And since you guys really loved the last one I did, probably because I just give you guys all the secrets that I use and don't hold anything back so you can get the quality I do. But anyway, drop a like for all the secrets. You're welcome. Anyway, new helmet setups gotta happen, and this time I wanted to try something new. It gets a little complicated when I do helmet setups, but I wanted to try to give you guys the quality that I get, but make it in a way that's way easier and you guys don't have to go out and buy $400 microphones like I'm using. So I'm trying to make it a lot more easier to set up with the same audio quality, because my audio and video I cannot compromise on. So let's see if I can do it. So here's what I want to try in this video. I want to try to keep my audio and video quality super high, but create a fully wireless Motovlog helmet setup. This means my Action 4 is connected to literally nothing. Do I think this is necessary? Absolutely not. Do I think it would be absolutely awesome to be motovlogging, pop my Action 4 off my helmet, pop it onto my motorcycle, and my audio stay connected the whole time? Yeah. Absolutely. This also will give me the opportunity to motovlog in the rain if I want to, because the Action 4 will have all of the doors clipped onto the side of it. That could be really freaking cool. So let's get into the stuff you're gonna need for this video. All right, so guys, let's start with my helmet, and to be fully honest, this is the part of the video that I am most excited about. You guys know I love my Star Wars helmets. I had my Stormtrooper helmet on the last one. I've had this helmet for about a month now, but because my last helmet setup was totally awesome, I had no need for this helmet. But we gotta check this thing out. Here we go. Check out the Mandalorian helmet from Ruroc. Oh my goodness gracious. This thing is sick. So guys, this is the new Mandalorian helmet from Ruroc, and the important part is it's their new EOS helmet, which is their newest model, so I'm very excited to be trying this thing out. RIP my old Atlas 4.0. Now, I plan on doing a video in the future of breaking down the difference in the EOS and the Atlas 4.0 so you guys can understand which one is better. But for me right now, the long story short is the EOS has a few more safety features that the Atlas 4.0 does not have. And it turns out, after you run into a car and get into a wreck, you start caring about that stuff even more. Funny how that works. All right guys, let's talk about the camera, and as I mentioned in the beginning of the video, I'm gonna stick with my DJI Action 4. I have been using this thing since the day it came out, and I have not had a single issue with it. The battery life is fantastic, the image quality is great, and if I can use a camera every single day for almost a year and nothing happened, then I'm pretty sold on that. So DJI Action 4 not going anywhere for me. Now, when it comes to what my audio source is, that's kind of the big question for this video, and it's actually going to be the DJI Mic 2. Now, I've been doing a lot of testing on this microphone, one with the Osmo Pocket 3, which is this camera up here that you're looking at right there, and I've been using it with my big camera that you guys are looking at me right here on. That is the Mic 2. Now, the funny part is, what you guys are actually listening to me right now on is the Mic 2 attached to my shirt. So it just kind of shows how versatile of a microphone this can be. And I've done some preliminary testing, literally just dropping it in the front of my helmet, and the audio quality has been really surprising. So I feel like this thing has a good chance of being your one and done microphone for everything you could possibly need, even if you wanted to do more than just motovlog. All right, so guys, the next thing you don't technically need, but if I'm riding, I absolutely need, and that is a comm system. And as you guys can tell, my PackTalk Edge took a little tumble and no longer works, but that's okay because I have a product here that I'm, one, upset that I didn't install, but two, very happy I have now. So this is Cardo's PackTalk Pro. I got this thing a week before I got in my wreck, and I am so upset that I did not install it into my helmet before I got in the wreck, and I'll tell you guys why. One, as you guys might be able to tell from the box, it's the exact same form factor as the PackTalk Edge, but it has a couple features that really make it stand out. One, it's fully black, so as you can tell on this helmet, it is going to blend in super well. Secondly, it has two features that are my absolute favorite. One, it actually has crash detection, so had I had this on, it would have alerted my significant other, my wife, and let her know that I got in the wreck. I wouldn't have had to call her after the fact. Secondly, I am so bad about leaving my PackTalk Edge on. Literally, I get home from a ride, I take my helmet off and I sit it down. Then 2 days later, I go to play music on my phone. My phone's connected to my PackTalk Edge, so across the room, my helmet just starts making loud electronic music noises. And then I realize that I left my PackTalk Edge on. This has a auto turn off feature where I think it's like sitting it for 30 seconds. When it doesn't move, the unit automatically turns off. And yes, I am not exaggerating, this thing would stay on for 48 hours and still be working. The battery life was absolutely nuts. So this is not necessary for this setup, but I have to listen to music while I ride, and you can actually use this to record your audio. So if you wanted to record like a backup track of your motovlog in case, you know, you had a mic issue or something like that, you can actually do that with a Cardo. So for me, I'm not riding a motorcycle helmet without a Cardo. They're a sponsor of the channel, but I'd be using their product regardless. So that is the comms unit that we're gonna be installing on this setup. By the way, if you're watching this video, that probably means you're either into motovlogging or want to get into motovlogging. I know, huge shocker, but I am working on probably the biggest project I have ever worked on in my entire life. And it is all about getting people into motovlogging and how to grow a motovlogging channel. Now, as of recording this video, it is not ready yet. I've been working on it for months, probably got a month or so left working on it before it even goes live. So I don't have anything to show you guys right now. But if you want to be one of the first people to know about it when I launch it, I'm going to have a sign up link down below. And if you sign up there, you will be the first in line, and I will let you guys know the second it goes live. Like I said, it's the biggest thing I've ever worked on. It's a little daunting. I'm a little nervous about it, but from the initial feedback that I've been showing it to people with, it might be pretty game changing. So if you guys want to check that out and be in the first group of people that can get it, sign up down below. Anyway, let's jump over to getting all of this stuff seamlessly connected to this helmet so I can go for a ride. Very excited. So guys, to mount the camera to the helmet, I'm going to be using Rurok's little chin mount. This actually has that really weird angle that fits perfectly in the front of the Rurok helmet. But if you have any other style of helmet, yeah, I would recommend you guys to use the guys over at Chin Mounts. I'll have a link in the description down below. They have mounts like this for every single helmet, it seems like, on the market. So check those guys out if you have a different style helmet than a Rurok EOS. This is just an alcohol pad to clean it off. It's a brand new helmet. Don't really need to do that, but why not? The important part here is that you line this middle bar up with the middle of the helmet so you know it's right in the middle of your helmet. And as you guys can see, perfectly in the middle. Now, the part that nobody likes. So guys, this part, I would not recommend most people do unless you are really dedicated to motovlogging, and that is to use this clear weld from JB Weld, and I am going to be using that to adhere this to the helmet even better. You guys know I do this as a job, so I don't want this mount going anywhere. Also, that 3M is going to lose suction or lose adhesion over time, especially if you're riding in the elements, and I do that constantly. So I want extra attachment. If you guys are doing this at home, one of the little things I noted in my previous builds is I only put the epoxy on the back previously, and now I make sure that my corners are tapered in with the epoxy, because I actually dropped my old helmet and I had the mount break out of the mold of the epoxy, which is obviously not what we want. So just put in a little epoxy line over the corners, and that should stop any potential for the piece to mount off of the helmet. Now, after that top layer dries, you really need to do the top layer first, and then you do the bottom layer. I'm going to do the bottom layer because you guys can see there's that little gap. After this top part dries, which it should dry in 5 minutes, I'm going to flop the helmet over upside down, and I'm going to fill in that bottom layer just like I did the top, just to get a really good seal. All right, guys, as you can see, this stuff is pretty much done drying. So while it cures now, we're going to move on to the side of the helmet and start working on the comms unit with the Cardo. Oh, what a nice unboxing experience. Look at that. Dude, that's low key as hell. Dude, look at that. Oh my, I am so excited. I will note, you guys might be wondering, one of the EOS cool things that this helmet can do is it's gonna have built-in comms here on the side that just pops out of the side. If you've never seen that, yes, it's really freaking cool. Go watch the review I did of this helmet. But Cardo is working on, they're gonna have a comms unit that pops into here onto the EOS. So the problem is it's not gonna be done, I think, until like the end of the year or something like that. So I'm gonna go ahead and install this here. And whenever I get my Cardo here on the back, I'll install it then. But until then, I gotta have a Cardo. Bro, Cardo's packaging has entirely changed, and in such a good way. I mean, not that it was bad before, but jeez, man. Stuff looks like I bought it from Apple. Yes, if you guys didn't notice that, the EOS does come with a pre-installed little Velcro patch, and that does work with the back of the Cardo, whatever microphone this one is. It's not the boom one like that. It's the kind of thinner one. I prefer that thinner cable, and it will literally just Velcro right onto there. Love that. I do apologize. The next bit of stuff you guys are going to watch is going to be really hard for me to show you because it's a lot of inside the helmet stuff, but I'll do as good a job I can of showing you guys what I'm doing. Right now I'm just taking that side pad out, and I'm going to be putting the closer mic. Again, there's already Velcro on the back of it, and that will match with the back of the Cardo, and the EOS even has these tiny little grooves that the wires can go in. So very freaking nice. Oh my god, there is not a more perfect size fit than that. It's as if they thought about it, which shouldn't be surprising, but you'd be surprised how many companies don't. Okay, we're not going to put that all together just yet, because this piece needs to run all the way through as well. I know this looks insane right now. I'm very well aware of that, and don't worry, it won't for long. All right, a little bit of a struggle fest and getting all those wires tucked away. The reason I want to spend that extra time is I want my stuff to look clean, and I know it's gonna irk me if it's not, so I'm like, I'd rather spend the time now, get it looking clean, then I don't gotta worry about it afterwards. But I think that's a pretty clean setup to having the wires run like that. Okay, boop, Cardo's on, audio's in, we're good there. Now, microphone time. So with the DJI Mic 2, it has this really strong little magnet that just attaches it. It's the same way, like, you guys will see this little piece on the outside of my shirt a lot, because I'll put this on the outside of my shirt and then I'll magnetize the mic on the inside. So my idea is to do a similar setup on the inside of the helmet. What I'm gonna do is I'm going to try to attach this with Velcro. I've got some Velcro stuff that I'm gonna show you guys right here. I'm gonna attach this with Velcro on the inside of my helmet, and that way, all I have to do when I wanna record, I grab my microphone, I turn it on, I hit record, and then it should magnetize into my helmet. But if you guys are doing this with a Ruroc specifically, whatever material they use for this, 3M, which is typically the adhesive I would use for this kind of job, does not work well. So the testing that I wanted to do, I got this like Scotch double-sided adhesive extreme mounting tape. This stuff does not work in here. So to test out what worked best in here, I got, oh my good God, I got all sorts of sizes of magnets and Velcro and other pieces of tape and the 3M stuff. None of this worked. But I did find this one specific style of Velcro. It's not the cool hook and loop stuff. It's just old school, like fabric and then a hard side. But whatever this back material is, actually fits and sticks really well to the inside of the Ruroc. So this is what I'm gonna be using. The amount of time and money I have spent just buying random stuff to see what works, you guys do not want to know. So before I remove the adhesive, I'm just going to double check that that'll work. That looks like it will work perfectly. So just like all other adhesives, just peel the back off. And we're going to very delicately get it in there. There we go. That's where I want it, right there. I'm going to give that a little push down. And if you guys can tell, that stuff is not going anywhere. It is now part of that helmet. Fantastic. So now, like I said, I've tried tons of magnets. Some of these work better than others, but at the end of the day, none of them work as good and are as thin as the magnet that comes with the microphone. Obviously, this is branded. This comes with the microphone. So what I'm going to do is adhere it to the back of this mic or this magnet, and that way I can install or uninstall the magnet, and that way if I still wanted to use this on the inside of my shirt, I still could. I prefer this side. It looks a lot cleaner than that. So what I'm going to do is cut a piece of the Velcro that's the exact same size as the magnet. All right, we're taking the gloves off. We need precision. Oh, there we go. I got it in the first time. It definitely didn't take me a ton of tries because my editor cut all that out. Right, Chris? Right? Okay. Now, this still works perfect. Still has that magnet to metal connection. But now I can attach this inside of the helmet. And that way, when I go to film, I grab my mic. Look at that. Yes. Ha ha ha. That's awesome. And look at that. Thing's not going anywhere. Love it. Cool. So I'm going to let this thing, because it's starting to come off, so I need to make sure that gets really good and adhered to that. So we'll let that sit for a second. Now all we got to do is get the chin skirt back in. Chin skirt, very important if you want to block wind. And I know a lot of you guys that watched my last helmet setup video are going to say, Chase, why are you not taping off the vents here? And that is because Ruroc has a new venting block in here. And in my experience, this is working a lot better than the old version. So for this model right now, I'm not going to tape these off, and I'm just going to use the vent opener and closer at the bottom. If I find out that I'm getting a lot more wind noise than I wish I did, I will be taping this off in the future. So if you guys want to subscribe, watch for that video. I feel pretty good about this, but obviously I want to do like, I need to do about like 20 or 30 videos before I can really tell you guys. So that'll just take time. All right, everything is looking good on the bottom end. Having a little hard time getting this little piece in, but I'll mess with that in here in a minute. Okay, so now to make the camera attached to that, we will ceremoniously take it off of my old setup. Boop. Alrighty, my friends, we're close. We are close. Now, couple final things I want to do before we let this thing sit overnight so then I can go ride on it. The Mando lid ships with a clear visor. If you guys have seen The Mandalorian, that is not the look. Sorry, that's not the vibe. So let's get this visor off. No offense, little lid, but chrome is the move. That is going to be sick. So pop that in there. Oh my gosh, fingerprint magnet. Thank God you wear gloves most of the time. Boom. And now this is gonna be the look. Bro, look at that. This may be the sickest Motovlog helmet I have done yet. Obviously, to get it finished up, I can take the old mic adapter. This is the thing you had to have on the Osmo to get your audio in there because you'd have a little cable run out the front. But as you guys can see, there's no weatherproofing around that. So that means that is not waterproof. So with us doing the Bluetooth, I can put the door back on. Now I have a fully waterproof camera. Boom, goes on the front, love that. And now microphone goes here and it just attaches in like that. Now that is the new setup. The only question is, what does it sound like? So I need to, for one, charge up my new Cardo, and I need to let this stuff cure overnight. So tomorrow we will go on our maiden voyage and see what this stuff sounds like. So let time pass real quick.
Tomorrow.
Alrighty guys, got a little front facing cam here. So I've currently got the Action 4 on, and guys, look how clean this looks now. No little wires poking out the side. Literally, the camera is just chilling on the front of the helmet. Look how much cleaner it is. I'm so excited about it. Also, here's the thing I was so excited about. Look at this. My audio is still coming into this camera. I am still recording with my audio on here, and everything's going into the camera. I'm also recording the high quality stuff on the inside of the mic. So the really cool thing about that is I could literally, while riding, hand on the throttle, I could pop my camera off, and if I had a little DJI mount, I could pop my camera down here. It's freaking nuts. So let's get going, and you guys can hear what this sounds like as we're moving through space and time. I will note that I am on one of my louder vehicles, so I figured if I'm gonna test the audio, why not test it in a situation where I'm on a loud bike that would typically be hard for me to be heard over. You know, if I was on, I literally have a live wire Mulholland in the garage right now, but it's silent, so it doesn't make any noise. So I'm like, well, of course my audio is going to be good if I wear that. Also, guys, what do you think about a mirrored visor? I think this is a vibe, and I am very excited about this whole situation right now. So I'm going to not talk for a second, and we'll see if the microphone changes the audio levels. All right, it's too hot to have the visor down. My God, this visor mechanism is so much nicer. Oh my goodness. This is going to be the first like real world testing I've done on the EOS. Like I rode around in my other one a little bit, but I haven't really gotten a chance to really ride in it a lot. So this is really exciting for me. All right, guys, y'all have heard all of the not really going audio. So now let's get the bike rolling down the road so you guys can see what the audio sounds like with the new setup. With the initial testing I did with this, I was actually incredibly surprised at how well this microphone picks up my audio, which is obviously the most important thing in a situation like this. But secondly, it does a really good job of picking up that motorcycle audio as well. My old setup, I actually had two microphones, one for me, and then I would put one in my back pocket so that it would get a really good audio sound. I may still do that in the future, but the testing I've done so far, the bike actually has a really good sound just from the one microphone. So I'm going to be rocking this for the next little while because as you guys can hear, this sounds fantastic, and you guys saw the entire setup. It's incredibly easy to do. I'm currently going 60 miles an hour, so I'm just about at highway speeds. I don't have my stuff taped up, and it sounds that good. How incredible is it that you can get audio sounding this good that easily? DJI has made some killer products that this is possible. I guess it would depend on what helmet you have. Like rocking out an EOS, I got plenty of room to have that microphone up there. So I guess if you had a different helmet, that could be a little different. That could kind of like change things up a bit, but I'm looking out with the helmet I'm already riding in, man. Oh, you know what? I'll ride after this green light. I'm gonna keep my visor open, and we'll see what the audio sounds like if I have the visor open and there's a lot of wind going on in the helmet. Because on these hotter days, it would be nice to have the visor open. I just hope the audio sounds good. All right, nobody's running the red. Cool, cool. We love it. We love it. All right, guys. Now we got the visor open. For me, it is loud as hell right now because obviously all the wind is coming in. But when I get back, I'll be super interested. You guys let me know what you think of this audio setup so far. And can you even hear me over the wind right now? Obviously, I would never ride like this. I would always have my visor down for to have good audio. But, you know, I'm here to test stuff so you guys don't have to. So, y'all let me know what the audio sounded like. Now we're going a lot more quiet. Realistically, what I would have done is put my visor down like that and have it kind of partially cracked. That would give me some wind, but it wouldn't give me too much wind to ruin my audio. So, anyways, guys, this is the new helmet setup. Oh, let's get an editor note. Editor Chris, what do you think about the audio? Because you're the one that has to listen to me talk constantly. Anyways, guys, that's the new setup. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope it helped you guys set up a helmet for yourself. Dude, the more technology we're getting, the easier and easier it is to have a really good helmet setup to record your rides. And one of the things I do really like is the cleanliness. There's nothing on the back of the helmet. There's no wires going anywhere. Just as a usability standpoint, I am loving this setup so far, and it'll be what I'm using for the next couple months. If I change anything, I'm probably going to be testing stuff because that's just how I do. And whenever I come up with a change of this, I'll make another video and let you guys know. So make sure to subscribe if you are interested in keeping up with how to have the best audio setup, audio and video, I guess, in your helmets, guys. Also, if you got to this point in the video, my friends, you're in the outro crew, which just means you got to the end. That means I love you a little bit longer because it really helps the channel out. And let me know with a comment down below that you put OC in. And let me know if you guys would rather have a wired setup, or do you like the idea of this wireless helmet setup? Is that cleanliness really that important to you? Anyways, guys, I'm Chaseontwowheels. You guys go out there and ride safe. I'll see you guys on the next one. Later. Oh, here's the super cool thing. When I hit the record button on my Action 4, it'll actually stop recording on the mic. So, hey, I heard it vibrate, and I bet it's not recording anymore. Not only is the camera not recording, but the mic isn't either. Ah, they make a good product.